Students, I am Sahila Shah, Faculty of SSM College of Engineering. My today's topic will be modularity. The topic modularity has been chosen from the subject that is called as software engineering. Now, what is this modularity? Modularity is nothing but it is basically decomposition of larger problems into smaller ones. Now, what is this decomposition of problems? The decomposition of problems has arrived from a particular problem that was arrived in the software development companies in later 90s, and that software problem was called as software in later 1960s. Development companies faced a problem, and that problem was called as software crisis. What was the basic problem during this era was that the development companies were tremendously developing a software that was worked on larger projects, or we can say the development companies work on larger projects. Since working on larger projects creates three types of problem. One problem was called as misunderstanding or miscommunication between the developer and the user. Second problem was called as increase in size. And third was called as increase in capacity. I will again repeat out. First one is called as communication problem between developer and user. So in 1960s, software crises were fall because of the three shortcomings in working on the large project. The first one is called as miscommunication or communication problem between developer and the user. Second one is called as increase in size, and third one is called as increase in capacity. What happened during that time? The developers were working on larger projects, and because of these larger projects, the size was increasing tremendously, and because of this size was increasing tremendously, the capacity, that means storage capacity, was also increasing. Because of that, actual project was not completed. And what happened? There was a miscommunication between the customer and the developer. What happened at the beginning of the phase, that is called as communication phase, where the developer gathered the requirements from the user, there was a miscommunication, or you can say communication gap between the developer and the user. Because of all these three problems, the problem arose that was called as software crisis. This all happened because of the reason the development companies were working on larger projects. So because of these larger projects, it has consumed more amount of time and more amount of cost was applied to these projects. To overcome this concept, later on in software engineering, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, coined the term in later 1980s, and that term was called as software engineering. In this software engineering, the software crisis that was arised in the development companies in 1960s was erased. And this problem was erased because of the concept that is called as modularity. Now, what is this modularity? Modularity is nothing. It is basically dividing your problem into smaller ones. Dividing your project or dividing your problems into smaller ones. Let us take an example. I am taking a project that was named as ABC. I am dividing the projects into smaller types, smaller modules. Each module was given to a people so that to perform a certain task. Every team was given a time schedule. Every team was given a time schedule, and within that time schedule, whole of the work should be carried out. This was the concept of modularity. So I will again repeat that modularity is nothing but it is basically a decomposition of larger problems into smaller ones at any level of abstraction. So modularity has important types. Modularity has two important types. First one is called as cohesion and the second one is called as coupling. First one is called as cohesion and second one is called as coupling. Since I'm talking about the modularity, that means our projects are divided into modules. So I will tell something about the module. We are having module. I am working on a concept that is called as modularity. This modularity concept is used for designing of a software or designing of a project. So for designing of a project, we need certain modules. We can say module 1 and module 2. Every module are having its own objects. Every module is having its objects with function and elements. So module comprises of many different objects with their function and elements. Same is for the module 2. It comprises of many objects with their function and elements. Now the concept of cohesion and coupling. Cohesion is nothing but it is basically interdependency cohesion is nothing but it's basically functional strength. Cohesion is nothing but it is functional strength of a module. Functional strength of a module. I am taking two modules and every module is having its own objects and own elements. This is module 1 and this is module 2. And I am telling you this time the concept that is called as cohesion. So cohesion is functional strength of a module. How much functionally strength is this module? That concept is called as cohesion. Next one we are having that is called as coupling. Coupling means interdependencies between these two modules. How much dependent they are to each other, that is called as coupling. So before moving on to this cohesion and coupling classifications, I have an important topic that I have to tell you that is called as functional independence. Functional independence. Functional independence is nothing. It is basically a concept where a module performs its task or set of tasks with no or minimal interaction with each other. I'm again saying I'm having module 1. Module 1 is having its own objects and module 2 is having its own objects and functions and elements. So functional independence say when this module works on its own, it completes its task with minimal interaction with other module. We can say we are having functional independence. With functional independence, we are having three important concepts. That first one is scope of reuse. Second one is understandability. First one is scope of reuse. Second one is understandability. And third one is problem decomposition. Now moving on to the classifications of cohesion and coupling. Now classification of cohesion. I will again tell you cohesion is nothing. It is basically the functional strength of a module. So I will draw the modules here so that you will get a clear concept of cohesion. Module 1 and module 2, we are having many objects and each object is having many functions with their elements. Same is with the module 2, we are having many objects with many functions and elements. The first very type for this cohesion is coincidental of cohesion. Before moving on to classification of cohesion, I will draw the diagram for these two modules, module 1 and module 2. Each module is having certain objects with their functions and element. Same is for the module 2, we are having certain objects with their function and elements. So I will again repeat what is cohesion. Cohesion is nothing, it's basically a functional strength between modules. So cohesion is classified into many types, like I have written here: coincidental cohesion, logical cohesion, temporal cohesion, procedural cohesion, communicational cohesion, sequential cohesion, and last one is functional cohesion. So I will move one by one to each of the types. I will go on to the coincidental cohesion. cohesion. Now, what is this coincidental cohesion? A module is said to be a coincidental cohesion if the elements or if the objects of the module are loosely related to each other. I am taking an example, module 1 and module 2. We are having certain objects and each object is comprised of function and elements. Same is for the module 2. We are having certain objects and each object is comprised of various function and elements. So coincidental cohesion says when elements of both of the modules are loosely related to each other. They are related but they are loosely related to each other. That time we call it as coincidental cohesion. Now I am having the second type, that is called as logical cohesion. So logical cohesion, we can say two modules are logically cohesive when both of the modules perform single task at the very same time. Like for example, this module is having this object and it's performing a task that is called as error handling. At the same time, this object of module 2 is also performing a task that is called as error handling. Whenever the same type of tasks are performed between the modules, that is called as logical cohesive. That is called as logical cohesion. We can have many types, like we are having data inputting, we are having data outputting. Whenever we see that modules or elements of the modules perform the same task, we say they are logically cohesive. Now I am having the third type, that is called as temporal cohesion. Temporal cohesion. Basically the concept is that every module is given a time period. That time period is called as time schedule in software engineering. Whenever we are going to develop a software, we are having a constraint. That constraint is called as time schedule. That constraint is called as time schedule. So every module is given a time period, and this time period is given by the developer team. And to whom it's given? It's given to its team member who are going to complete your project within a particular stimulated time period. So temporal cohesion means, let us take an example that module 1 has an object and it has to be completed within 1 second. And module 2 has another object and same, the time is 1 second. Whenever we see two of the modules are performing their task within the same time period, 1 second and 1 second, that means it's temporal cohesion. That means it's temporal cohesion. Both of the elements are performing their task within a one stimulated time period. That is called as temporal cohesion. Now I'm having the next one, procedural cohesion. Procedural cohesion is nothing but it is basically a sequence of steps, or you can say stepwise approach. Whenever see our modules are performing their task in a sequence of steps or sequence manner, we say it's performing the procedural cohesion. Now next one, we are having the fifth type, that is called as communicational cohesion. Communicational cohesion means whenever the elements of a module refer to or update the same data structure, or it refer to and update the same stack or same array in your program. Like for example, I am initializing an array as int AR of 10. And in below program, while I am designing a software, I am initializing various operations. Like for example, I am initializing addition operation, multiplication, I am initializing subtraction operation. But all of these operations refer to the same array. That is called as communicational cohesion. Now I am having last but not the least, that is called as sequential cohesion. cohesion refers to a manner where we can work in a sequential manner. Like I'm telling you, this module 1 is having an object 1 and its output is applied as an input to function 2 or object 2. Like for example, function 1, it's doing its task and later on the output is applied as an input. Whenever the output is applied to an input to next very object, that means we are doing a work in sequential manner. We are doing a work in step-by-step manner or sequential manner. Now I'm having the last one, that is called as functional cohesion. Functional cohesion is nothing when we see modules, or when we can say module 1 and module 2 are having the functions and the element. Each function and element work togetherly to achieve a single task. Work togetherly to achieve a single task. Like for example, module 1 was nothing, it was the Fibonacci series. Module 1 was nothing, it was Fibonacci series. Each objects work togetherly to achieve a task that is called as Fibonacci series. Whenever all the components work together to achieve a single task, I will say that is a functionally cohesion. Similar case I will again repeat in module 2. Whenever the elements work together to complete a task within a time period, stimulated time period, and that time period is assigned by the developer. Later on, students, in next lecture, I will tell you the various classifications of coupling. Thank you.